Language teaching basically demands language mechanism, language procedure to teach any sort of the language. Basically, there are some issues and problems and challenges in language teaching going on, which should be settled down or met in educational manner, in educational perspectives. Whatever the language is, basically we're talking about almost all the languages in which teaching is going on, but even the training is going on. I mean to say, if we are a teacher, first of all, we should consider whether we are language teacher or subject teacher. This is a very crucial question in context of language teaching. Because we have no language teachers, we have a lack of language teachers. हमारे पास language teachers की कमी है basically. So that we should learn some techniques, some sequence of teaching language, some you can say skills to teach the language. वो we will have to learn it properly. हमें उसको सीखना है, हमें उसको learn करना है. So basically, language teaching is entirely different from the subject teaching. Subject teaching, you are concerned with mainly the content and content revision, memorization, all that, even though it should be also creative and demonstrative in the learning sense. On the other hand, हम language को भी बिल्कुल एक subject के तौर पे memorize कराते हैं, role learning कराते हैं, we comprehend करवाते हैं, question answers, grammar, like this, but we don't focus on the language. Whether learner की student की जो language है उसके अंदर कुछ change आई है, कुछ improvement आई है, either it is writing, speaking, listening or reading. We least bother about that basically. Problem कहाँ पे है? Where is the problem? Problem is that we are missing basically the right sequence of teaching of language. What is the right sequence basically? That is the teaching through skills basically, basic 4 skills of the language. We should focus basic 4 skills with sequence. एक तरतीब के साथ skills के ऊपर हमारा focus होना चाहिए, skills को teach करना चाहिए, skills के through language को teach करना चाहिए. That is the important thing. We basically believe in content basically. हम एक paragraph, एक lesson को focus करते रहते हैं, but we don't concerned about the skills, language skills. अब language skills कितने हैं जिसको हमने लेके आगे focus करना होता है sequence में लेके? These are the 4 skills. 4 skills में से these are 2 skills are very again important. These are 2 receptive skills. Listening and reading are receptive skills. लैंग्वेज को रिसीव करवाना हो, लर्न करवाना हो, एब्जॉर्ब करवाना हो लर्नर के माइंड में, उसके ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करानी हो, तो आपने लिसनिंग और रीडिंग से करवानी है. उसकी लिसनिंग उस लैंग्वेज के अंदर, टारगेट लैंग्वेज के अंदर मैक्सिमम करें और रीडिंग उसी लैंग्वेज के अंदर मैक्सिमम करें, बट विद टास्क हो. यू मस्ट गिव सम टास्क बिफोर लिसनिंग, यू मस्ट गिव टास्क बिफोर रीडिंग. So after the listening, after the reading, the learner has to respond to you. So the listening session, a reading session will become maximum participative. जब maximum participative होगा, definitely उसकी reception of the language maximum हो जाएगी. That phase is very important, which we miss normally in the classrooms. We don't focus on the receptive skills process of the language. अगर रिसेप्टिव स्किल प्रॉपर हो जाए तो कैन यू बिलीव क्या चेंज आएगी? आपका प्रोडक्टिव स्किल जो है, यानी स्पीकिंग स्टूडेंट की और राइटिंग स्टूडेंट की, इट विल इम्प्रूव ऑटोमेटिकली, क्योंकि लैंग्वेज स्टोर हो चुकी है रिसेप्टिव स्किल के थ्रू लिसनिंग एंड रीडिंग सेशंस. सो हियर इज द बेसिकली टर्निंग पॉइंट इन लैंग्वेज टीचिंग. अगर लैंग्वेज का सीक्वेंस इस तरीके से स्टैब्लिश हो जाए क्लासरूम के अंदर, तो यू हैव कवर द सिलेबस as well as improve the language as well. जो एक्सरसाइज के आखिर में आपकी एक्सरसाइज है, एक्सरसाइज क्वेश्चंस हैं, यूनिट के क्वेश्चंस हैं, you must take as a task, as an activity before starting listening and reading session. During the reading, the students will attempt respond you during the listening session and reading session. So their language is being improved, and as well as they are also covering the syllabus at the same time. So this methodology is very effective. It is adopted practically in the classroom. Similarly, the second part of language teaching is the grammar teaching, which is at the moment is taken separately. हम grammar को separate पढ़ाते हैं as a subject. We are taking separate period. We are having the separate notebooks of the grammar, even the part of the paper as well, separate. This is you can say linguistically injustice with the language teaching. Grammar is a part of language, basically, direct part of the language. It must be taught through the language teaching, I mean content teaching. जब आप lesson पढ़ा रहे हैं, जब आप क्लास में कोई यूनिट पढ़ा रहे हैं, उस lesson के through, when the session is warm up, जब class warm up है, listening session, reading session, everything is going on, why not we should strike on that occasion to teach the grammatical concepts as well. That will be easy to understand for the students, rather to teach them separately. This is my experience as well. This will quite easy the job of the teacher and learning job of the students as well in the classrooms. So decide, first of all, being a teacher, what concept of the grammar would be taught according to the paper pattern, according to the given exercise. If there is any grammar task in the exercise, we must take it as a task before reading and listening session, including the comprehension question as well. So you may complete the exercise, the syllabus, even the grammar concept through teaching the content as well. Every sentence is containing the grammar concept of the book. So why not we should use the book lessons, the units, you can say part of grammar conveying concept, communicating concept. तो हमें grammar को I mean to say separately teach नहीं करना चाहिए. हमें grammar के concepts को lesson पढ़ाने के दौरान जो भी pronoun है, adjectives है, past tense है, present tense है, whatever you want to teach, you may teach them quite easily if you take lesson of that book at that time is a mean of communicating the comprehension, reading, listening, as well as a source to teach the grammar as well. So I think so, अगर इस mechanism के through, इस sequence के through हम classroom को take up करें, okay, sometime class will take time to follow your methodology. It's all right. But once they are used to with your teaching style and method, in that sequence, skills development sequence, they will quite easy and they will work very consciously to respond to you during listening session, your reading session, even while conveying the grammar concepts as well. So it's my suggestion and advice based on my own experiences as a language teacher that you must adopt this and improve the language and even the course of your book quite easily through this process. I think so. You got it. Because in the end, I would say that one research, I want to mention one research data कि लैंग्वेज को इम्प्रूव करने में जो बेसिक 4 स्किल्स हैं उनका शेयर क्या है, ये इससे भी आपको यू मे असेस कि लिसनिंग स्किल का शेयर ऑलमोस्ट 45% है in language development, 19% reading, almost 20%. And whatever the skill which we are focusing day and night, writing skill, that is productive skill, it has only 3% in language development share. तो वो 3% होना चाहिए था because it is productive skill. It is not a receptive skill. इट्स नॉट अ रिसेप्टिव स्किल. तो लैंग्वेज रिसीव करेंगे तो प्रोड्यूस होगी स्पीकिंग में और राइटिंग में भी. तो रिसीव करवाएं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी शुड रिसीव द लैंग्वेज in the mind of the students through reading session, listening session, grammar session. Inshallah, they will get soon competent in their target language, whatever the language is. Right? Thank you very much.